You know, and that brings me to the next question that I have is like, how do we select a qualified contractor? You know, are
Well,
we,
that's easy. Just call me.
there you go, just call Marty, that's right. Go roof tune up.
Um, that's a great question. And a lot of people ask, just in general, how do you find a good contractor, whether it's a roofer or an electrician or a plumber or a concrete guy? How do you know which one is the right one? And and you had mentioned earlier that there's an expression that people always look for. I want someone who's licensed, bonded, and insured. And it's interesting. The Better Business Bureau will remind you, if you're a member of the Better Business Bureau as a contractor, they'll remind you that the expression licensed, bonded, and insured is illegal. Contractor State License Board will not allow you to say that in advertising. The reason for that is if you're licensed, you by default are bonded because you have to have a bond in order to have a valid license. So there's no news there. If you're licensed, you're bonded. And insured really doesn't mean anything. I could have insurance for my motorcycle and I could say that I'm insured. Doesn't mean that I have the insurance that I need to protect you as a homeowner. And so you're looking for a contractor who has general liability insurance so that if he does something and burns your house down, you're covered. Most contractors don't have that. Legitimate, reliable contractors do have it. Most contractors aren't legitimate, reliable contractors. And so it's hard to weed through.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you might look at your homeowner's policy, and your homeowner's policy might tell you, oh, if the contractor burns your house down, we'll cover it for you. Well, then maybe you're not so worried about that. But it comes back to probably the best way to determine whether someone is a good contractor or not is the referral process. Ask someone who they've worked for. Find out if they've done a good job. Did they start on time? Did they finish on time? Did they keep things clean? Did they lie to anybody? Did they have a problem with money? Those are the kind of things that you need to know. And there's no real depository for all of that information. It's kind of a buyer beware with everyone. One of the things that I recommend that people do is call the contractor's supplier. Ask the contractor, who's your main supplier, or who are you going to use to supply the material for my house? Call those people. Ask them if they would give him a referral. Ask them if he pays his bill on time. Ask them if they have any issues with him, and then you can get a feel. You got to use your gut a little bit, but you can get a feel for whether or not he's a reliable contractor. If they're asking you for a lot of money up front, run. If they're asking you for a lot of money in the process, run. If they're willing to finish the job and get paid when they're done, they're probably a reliable contractor. Because they recognize that they're not going to get paid until they finish the work and you're satisfied. If you start giving them money ahead of time, there's a good chance that you're not going to get finished what you wanted for the price that you thought you were going to get it finished for.
Very interesting. Thank you so much. And